My goodness gracious. Oh no, what have you done? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Is it me, or does it look like on-screen chat has scooted over to the side ever so slightly? Oh, nah. All the good things. Thank you so much for the resub right off the bat. Hello, Sensei. Brings our Stefan. Hello. Nya. Wait, hang on. Nyalo. Nya. Hello. Such a fun background. Do you like it? Hang on, the music is kind of... There we are.
Oh look, another spell jar.
Oh, startled me. Hang on, let me move the on-screen chat. I've been kind of messing around with overlay stuffs, trying to see if I can...
Oh
there we
look,
are.
another spell jar.
Oh, another one. Okay, hang on. We're gonna do... Okay, we're gonna scoot this down like this. You ready for some on-screen scuffs? We're
Oh
gonna
look,
scoot this down
another
like this.
spell jar.
Actually, everything looks kind of not right. Hang on. Everything looks kind of not
Oh
right.
look, another spell jar.
Woo! Thanks for the spell jars. Okay. Let me just kind of float across my desk for a moment. We're gonna move on screen chat back up here. I think my plants are weird. Oh yeah, they are. There we go. It does seem like it scooted a bit to the left. Yeah, OBS, so what was going on earlier, the reason why we're a little bit late for stream today, is OBS has this really odd tendency to just delete my overlays. So I've been trying to fix them. And so Sensei, it happened again. My overlays. That does seem a bit rude, doesn't it? It's not quite nice. There we go. Now the thing is, do we like the Halloween decorations over chat or not? Not sure. I will consider it. Dang it, I know, how rude. It so far has done it with the gaming overlay, and now it's done it with the art overlay. I think it's in a better place now. I think it's fine now. Yeah. So, I couldn't find any spooky music to celebrate with. It looks nice and spooky? Awesome. I couldn't find any spooky music to really enjoy. So, we're going with this soundtrack for now. As I'm working on this month's print, which I'm really excited for. It's something a little bit different. But I want to do a couple more thumbnails for this. This isn't the first version that I worked on. I worked on another version. But I have another idea that I want to pursue. And I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I mean, I do like it, but we'll see. You know what I noticed? The spell jars don't seem to have actually done anything. Hang on. We always have to come back to a scuff in the beginning of the week. I see that y'all redeemed spell jars, but I don't think it actually triggered. Now that you mention it, yeah, you see? Now that you... I don't think it actually triggered. Huh. Oh my goodness. So loud. Tell me that actually went. Tell me that went through. Tell me that went through. That at least worked? Alright, that's good. I wasn't going to say anything until stream ended. No, point out the scuffs as they happen. We're used to scuffs here. It's part of the coziness. Here. I can fix it briefly. I know it's only 1 point, so I'm not sure, Onet, if you would like to try to return those points. I know it's only 1 point. But I'm going to do something real quick that will allow you to redeem it again. In case you actually want your spell jars to be up to date. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Alright, let's fix that. Spell jar. Okay, so for today, in this stream only, you can redeem technically 2 spell jars. It should be updated. You should be able to trigger it again.
Look, another spell jar.
There we go. That's better. Maybe I'll turn it off after everyone who just attempted to redeem a spell jar redeems again. I'll turn it.
Another spell jar.
I'll turn it back. Good job. There we go. Now it's working.
Look, another spell jar.
That was a bit delayed. Okay, I'm going to open a new canvas because I want to be able to see all of the thumbnails in one space, I think. Delayed, but still working. Yeah, I think it's because it goes onto a... It goes into a queue. That's the word I'm looking for. It goes into a queue, and then it takes a second. Alright, I'll have to turn the queue off one day. Okay, so I have this one that I like quite a bit. Let's bring it down. Okay, so there's that's fine. Don't mind that. Maybe we'll cut it off. Yeah, let's just kind of get rid of that for a minute. Oh, heck, what's happening? Right, so my goal, for as long as I'm taking a break from the tarot cards, my thought is I'm going to try to do a competition. I'm going to enter the contests for VGen. I would really like to try to make my way into VGen, see if it's possible. So every month they release a new prompt, and I'm going to try to actually fit the prompt this time. Tried last month and they said no bueno. So this is the first version of the thumbnail that I had attempted. So really, if I want to keep them in order, it's kind of the process. No bueno, why though? It said that I didn't meet the theme. It said that my illustration didn't quite meet the theme, which is fair. It didn't really. It was a stretch, to be fully honest. It was a bit of a stretch. But I tried. They said no, and that's okay. So I'm going to try again. This month's theme is fog? Oh, heck. So this month's theme is fog, and I'm going to try a lot harder to actually meet that theme. So far, it's not, I know it doesn't quite look foggy, but the intention is to have fog drifting on the ground once I really start painting it and not just doing thumbnails. But there's one more version I would like to attempt that I think could be easier to implement the fog. Just gotta figure out a good way. I gotta find a good way to what is it? It's not orientation. What is it called? when you lay something out on the canvas. What is it called? I can't think of the word. It'll come to me. Yeah, no, a try is a try, no matter the results, but knowing the why does help improve the attempts. Yeah, it's because I stretched it too far. So it was Catherine Barbara. Catherine Barbara was my entry, and the theme was feast, but I noticed a lot of entries were drawing, like, anime-esque girls kind of stuffing their faces at a table, and I kind of wanted to push it as far as I could, and I pushed it too far, and that's okay. This time, I've been looking at the entries that were submitted into VGen. This time, I should stand a better chance. Okay, so, well, I'm sure this occasion will be better luck. Yeah, I'm sure this will be a lot better. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I do want this one to be more blue. I'm thinking I want it to be more blue. I'm not sure. Okay. Thinking. I want to start with this color. Yeah. I know that I want to go with the leaf head. So for y'all who actually don't know too much lore about my leaf heads, it's what Sensei is. Sensei's model is called a leaf head. And so leaf heads are these dragon-esque creatures in my universe. And they are essentially immortal. And I want to draw an ancient leaf head, because ancient leaf heads, when they decide to go to rest, because a leaf head never dies until it decides to give its energy back to the earth. So what I want to do is draw an ancient leaf head that is in its final rest. And the idea was a sort of stone garden, which these are not actual leaf heads, these are supposed to be just stone leaf heads. And there's a leaf head egg in the center. But I mostly want to focus on the ancient. The problem with the ancient is that they're quite large, and they always have 2 trees. So I think I mostly want an interesting tree shape. I can't really try to find an interesting tree shape. Okay, that's an interesting tree shape. Okay, so it's kind of like... And of course, to make things even more difficult, I really want to do a painterly style. Make a horn-like tree shape. And the roots will change. But yes, that is the plan. And I'm thinking that I could probably just do one tree and then we'll mirror it and see if I can fit it onto the same canvas. Otherwise, now that the scuffs are over and we're actually starting to draw now, how has everyone's weekend been? And are you excited for ol' spooky season?
Look, another spell jar.
Hey, Ice! Welcome in. Spell jars are working now. It's official. Spell jars are working now. Do I want a branch here? You ready for the spooky season? Are you ready for some spooky games on Thursday? Well, I think I do want a branch here because that makes an interesting shape. Probably go with that, maybe. And in terms of the way that this is twisting, don't know why this particular leaf head is going to be particularly spooky, but it is. Spooky season. The spiders outside my house have been preparing for the spooky season. I imagine they might do. Good job, spiders. Okay, we're gonna try something like this, I guess. Maybe even get rid of this piece so that it really leans over. Okay, we'll start with that. Especially since I did all of those twigs, and we're probably not going to see a single one of them, maybe. I wonder if it should lean towards each other? Like that? I guess it also depends on which way the leaf head is laying. I'm just gonna do that and then we can fix the perspective later. Because if it's like this, hang on, wait. I'm gonna take these, put it in a folder, copy the folder, and redo all of this. And we have different versions. Actually, that could do, especially if the roots really are mirrored this way. Except, yeah, if the roots really are mirrored this way, this one I feel like should continue. There's a very big spider who hangs outside my kitchen window. Her name is Betsy. Betsy the spider. Betsy sounds like a swell gal. Maybe these branches are also intertwined. How can I do that? Especially since this part would need to change. Maybe they're not intertwined. Just have to be clear about which one's behind the other. It's like the trees are holding hands. Yeah, we got a couple outside the window at my place here. There's a lot of overhangs for them, which makes webs to catch nice. Super spooky. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, if this really exists, and I still want the egg could very well just exist on top of the leaf head's head. And then instead of having how on this piece, it's not very clear, but on this piece, the leaf head egg is in a tree root, or tree stump, like a teeny tiny tree stump compared to the leaf head trees. And it's like being cradled inside of it. This one's a little bit more clear. It's like being cradled inside of it. But I wonder what it would look like if it was just like this. I feel like that needs to be different. Because it could very well be like this. And if this was a little rock in which it sits upon, this could be water that has pooled inside of here. It doesn't look like an egg anymore, but it's fine. That could be, maybe. I really liked this idea as well of like plants growing out of the crevices of the tree. We'll come to that though later. Have to figure out the leaf head's head. Because if it's straight on, it's kind of like this one. So I might steal a little bit of stuff from this one. In which this is the nose. Oh, but for it to fit the trees.
A support B user Preemie. Welcome home.
Preemie! Thanks for the preemie! Support me.
Look, another spell jar.
If only I I know who it wasn't, so thanks. So sweet. Thanks for investing your preemie on me. This doesn't seem to be working. I have to try again. And it might be the tree roots that are the problem. So we're just going to cut off the tree roots. And figure out the leaf head's head from there. Because the top of its head would still kind of be like that. And we're going to put it on a different layer. Don't murder the trees. I've murdered the trees. Murdered them. Because the head would be around this area. Maybe... Okay, hang on. Make them small. Get rid of the roots. I've murdered them. No roots. It is spooky season after all. Because now if I can just focus on like larger image, right? We're gonna start with a heart. I really like how you drew the tree. Oh, thank you, Gino. Trying something new. Start with a heart. I have a bad feeling considering the color palette. Why? What are you talking about? Everything's green. So what I'm working on, Gino, is I'm working on this. Kind of. So this is an ancient leaf head. And these trees are alright. They're just pretty ordinary. They're just kind of boring. And I do like this, but I want to bring more focus onto the leaf head in of itself. So I'm hoping I can do a piece that's just a bit zoomed out. Well, at least if you hadn't completed the quest yet, you could. Huh? If I hadn't... Oh, the quest in Torgal's quest. Yes. I didn't choose green. So I started sketching this a couple nights ago. And I didn't really actually consciously choose green. It's just it was just the last color that I had used on my tablet. And so I was like, I guess that's what it is. Don't worry, there's a method to this madness. It's not gonna really look like it at first. Especially with the way that ancient leafheads are heckin' huge. I think I want the neck to also curl around. Okay, so that's the leafhead's neck. It's kind of... We won't really see any legs or anything. Although I thought it could have been cool if its feet were a little bit closer, but I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, we've got lots of blocks, we've got lots of strange shapes. It is a start. Wait, are the trees antlers? In a sense, yes. The trees... Oh, that's right! Because Sensei doesn't have antlers because he's a koi leafhead. Oh. Alright, let me show y'all what a traditional leafhead looks like. I'm not sure if I have an adult leafhead illustration. I think I only have a baby. Oh, no, I do. Okay, hang on. These are leafheads. So Sensei is in fact a leafhead. But he's a koi leafhead. So leafheads come in 4 different elements. And so what I'm drawing today is a wooden leafhead, and this is what they typically look like. This is an adult leafhead. This is the backing of the tarot cards. So that's what's on the back of the tarot cards is adult wooden leafheads. And they're called leafheads because they grow branches as antlers on their heads. And that's why they're called leafheads. When a leafhead is young, that is when their their name is most apparent. And I do have an illustration of a baby leafhead. Let me just find it. It was a heckin' while ago. I think it's this one. No. What package was that? It was a Bumble Mill package. I just got to find it. Come on, I know I drew a baby leafhead one time. It wasn't that long ago. Where is it? Oh, I hadn't scrolled down enough. That's where? Here it is. I found it. There we go. This is a baby leaf head. So when a baby leaf head is, of course, a baby, it has only these itty bitty nubbins on its head. And that's how they got their name initially, is because they just have these itty bitty leaves on their head. And so therefore they're called leaf heads. Leaf heads are blue when they're first born. Regardless of the type of leaf head that it is, they're blue when they're first born or hatched. And then they retain that blue body for a very long time. Technically they can retain their blue body for as long as they want, because once they reach this stage of life, they can kind of maintain this form for as long as they desire. And then eventually they become an ancient leafhead. And once they start becoming an ancient leafhead and they decide that they want to start merging with the earth, is when their blue body starts taking over, especially for wooden leafheads. Wooden leafheads in particular, their body starts taking over bark. And so hard scales, bark-like scales, start to grow over their bodies. And it turns them into wood-like creatures for the wooden leafheads. And then they become this. They become massive. And so typically a leafhead will age. They will continue living for as long as they want. But typically they'll start looking for their final resting place when their antlers start growing into trees and become large enough that they can't move anymore. And once that happens, that's when they start looking for a final resting place. But even though they settle down for a final resting place, they can continue living, and they'll continue existing there, guarding that place for as long as they want. So there is a legend that if you're ever wandering about in the woods and you encounter two twin trees that look exactly the same, especially fruit-bearing trees, and they exist on top of a mound of earth, it is very likely that you have come across the final resting place of an ancient leafhead. Well, on that note, what? Koi leaf heads are different. Koi leaf heads are ever so slightly different. Oh my goodness, last time on Windsfall. Oh no. I just went on and on about koi leaf heads. Okay, let me pull up my Windsfall notes. I took notes this time. I was semi prepared. Semi-prepared. Let's see. Because for the first time in a very long time, we were able to hold Windsfall session. You should have known I'd do this. Yes. I did intentionally turn the redeem back on. Windsfall. We did hold session for Windsfall on Sunday. It was our first session back for a very long time. It was a bit... I was a bit crusty, but I think that's just to be expected. Things will go a lot smoother over time. But last time on Windsfall...
Bitches also need sippies.
I will take a sip and then I will launch into last time on Windsfall. Thanks, Gino. Thanks, Gino. Very cold water. Okay. So last time on Windsfall, we left off with the party collecting in Zalis's bedroom, and they were going to pass the night there. They were preparing, they had spent all of their day preparing for a heist that they were going to go on, as they decided to not outright attack the Lord's Manor, but they wanted to sneak inside, as General Nakamura had requested for them to not kill anybody. They are trying to honor this, and they're going to sneak into the manor to see if they can recover the orphan girl who's been abducted, named Hana. So that's the where we left off reminder. From there, this doesn't look very old. He looks very young. He needs more wrinkles, but it's okay. We'll get there. So, from there, the party then spent the remainder of their eternity-long day preparing for this, in which Zalus got new armor and whatnot. And then they settled in for the night, everyone, including Violet, who was taken back from the apothecary. Violet was also brought in, and they decided to hunker down in Zalus's room, and they passed the night in peace. For the most part. As Zalus is the first one to awaken. He normally is, but he's awoken even earlier than normal by an incredibly loud crashing sound that comes from the hallway. He is a prepared being, and he tends to sleep with his armor and shield right next to him, or his weaponry, that is to say, his weapons and shield right next to him. And so he snatches these up as he hears the crashing sound out in the hallway, and he clambers out, or up from the floor, I suppose. He clambers up from the floor and dashes out into the hallway to figure out what heck just happened. Before I started doing the roots, I should have taken this half of the head. So he bursts out, he rips open his door, and he bursts out into the hallway. Oh, wait, if I just do that, that could work. Yeah, I think elongating the face is going to help. We'll see about that later. Anyway, he bursts out into the hallway, and he comes face to face. Well, not face to face. He bursts out into the hallway, and just as he rips open the door and takes his first step out, he hears someone shouting, and they are saying, "What have you done with her?" Zalus comes to find a hooded figure with antlers grown out of her hood in some fancy fashionable way. And they are holding none other than Yin by his throat against the wall. Catalino, hello! Welcome in. The hooded figure is holding Yin by his throat against the wall. Zalus challenges the figure and says to release Yin. Upon hearing his voice, this figure twirls around to look him straight in the eye, and Zalus gets a look of her face. It is, well, you made it just in time for the last time on Windsfall. I'm giving a recap over what happened in my D&D campaign on Sunday. How have you been, Catalino? What? Right, she turns round, and she looks at Zalus, and Zalus is able to see her face. Her face is mostly an elvish build, except for her eyes, which are very cat-like. She rips the cloak that she's wearing up, and she kind of cascades it into the air to mask herself. And as it falls to the ground, she simply disappears, and Zalus sees a small figure, dashing away into the hallway, something that looks sort of feline-esque. He prioritizes Yin, however, and goes to Yin as Yin sinks to the ground. Yin seems fine, except for these markings that he has on his neck. He has these finger-like punctures along his neck that matches, a person's 5 fingers, but are deep as if he had been punctured by a set of claws. Oh, I'm drawing on the tree layer? No, I'm not. Okay. Solving some university problems. Oh dear. I hope they're not very serious problems. Best of luck, Catalina. I'm sorry you have to deal with that. I'm doing quite well. I am attempting a painting of one of my favorite creatures. And I'm given a very scuff explanation of what happened on Windsfall. Otherwise, doing quite well. It's the first time in a long time that I don't feel like allergies are coming after me. So it's a good day. I wonder if the head is too large. It's not terrible, just poor communication. That's always what it is in the end, isn't it? It's always communication that comes back to bite you. Right. So, Zalus checks on Yin. Yin is okay, except for these puncture marks that he now has on his neck. Otherwise, he seems fine. He's very much alive. Zalus helps him up, and he finds that the crashing sound came from what appears to have been, or was intended to be, breakfast that Yin had gone to collect for the party. So they return back inside to where Tamaki and Henka are now awake, having heard the commotions just outside. They have a small discussion in which Yin explains what he thinks has happened. They noticed that they are down a player, or a character that is. They are down a character, a companion, I should say. As although Tamaki and Henka are now awake in the room, there is a very obvious lack of a Violet. Oh, breakfast, that reminds me. Please go eat toast with your peanut butter, please. Violet is gone. She had taken the bed during the night, and she has disappeared. She is gone. And when this is inquired, Yin says that he noticed that Violet was gone as well, and that he had initially left because he wanted to see if the people downstairs in the inn that they are residing in, if anyone had seen or heard of anything of their assassin companion. Not that he would talk about, he didn't tell anyone that she's an assassin, but So, he shares that he did not come up with anything. No one has seen or heard from Violet. She seems to have simply disappeared. And this figure who has attacked him in the hallway, he shares that he believes that this figure is a benefactor of Violet's, and confesses that he knows her and he has seen her before. He shares with the party upon inquiry that this entity, her name, or at least by what he knows, her name is Ming, and that is the name that he says that he last knew that she was going by, is Ming. This seems to go quite well. Nobody seems to really comment on this except for Henka, who seems rather interested in this name. So they ultimately decide that while everyone is concerned about Violet and where she has gone to, especially Yin, as he expresses that if Ming is on high alert because of Violet's disappearance, it makes him worry in particular about Violet and her potential situation and what has happened to her. The party, however, decides that Violet is a big girl, she's an assassin, she can take care of herself, and right now they need to focus on this little girl who desperately needs their help. And so they decide to hone in and double down on what they're going to do in terms of rescuing Hana. They all confirm that they're still going to go raid the manor in the nighttime to make sure that they are honoring their promise to Nakamura. And that leaves them with the whole day to figure out what the heck they want to do to waste time until nightfall. Something doesn't look right. Maybe this cheek is too much? So they had to figure out what they want to do to waste time until nightfall. That's when Zalus and Tamaki decide that they want to go send out letters. I kind of want to keep... Yeah, this has so much more dimension to it than this does. This needs to have more of this going on. I'm just going to add these in here so that I remember to make this round. Would a nose ring be too much for an ancient leafhead? Probably. I don't know if leafheads decorate their bodies. I think leafheads would decorate their bodies if the person in... Thanks for the lurk, Stefan. Enjoy your lurkies. No, it wouldn't. I don't know if leafheads adorn their bodies. They would allow others to adorn their bodies. Like the person in which they imprint on, because leafheads can imprint on mortals. They might allow their mama to adorn their bodies. Well, heck, maybe this leafhead once was imprinted on someone. The nose ring is made out of a tree root. That's why it was able to grow with them. I actually like that because it gives story to the leafhead in of himself. It shows that he was imprinted on a mortal, which is cute. It's also very sad because it means that if he grew to this age, he probably doesn't have his mortal with him anymore. Anyway, so I take advantage and put the cat because later the sub runs out and I'm left without cat. Take advantage of the dancing CCs. It brings me joy. Oh, sad. So, where did we left off? Okay. They are, that is to say, Zenji and Tamaki. Zenji and Tamaki are going to the post office and they're going to mail out some letters. And because they're both going to the post office, the whole party decides to accompany them. And so Yin and Henka go as well. They are able to successfully mail out whatever the heck it is that they want to mail out to whatever destinations that they are. And then they return to Zalus's room just to simply waste more time. Back in Zalus's room, he decides to spend his time. I think I can now make this larger. See what we're really working with. Not too large. I want to keep those trees. Maybe about here. In fact, what we could do is make it just not too big, but not too small either. I'm still flipped. Okay. About here. Yeah. Because if the focus is on... Oh, that's an interesting idea. Okay, ideas are coming. You'll see. Right then. Mailing out things. They mailed out things. They went back to Zalus's room to waste even more time because it is not yet nighttime. So back in Zalus's room, they end up talking about... Zalus ends up continuing work on his knitting project as he's knitting pajamas for he's knitting pajamas for Yule in particular. And when Henka inquires what it is that he's doing, that's exactly what he shares, is that he is knitting some pajamas for the upcoming holiday called Yule. And Henka, while she knows what Yule is, she is unfamiliar with the human traditions, as if we recall, Henka is the queen of the Turnskin community, and she lived a very sheltered life until very recently. So she doesn't know too much about this tradition for the holiday. What color are the pajamas? I don't know, Sensei. What color are the pajamas? I don't think we ever decided. So Zalus then explains to Henka what the tradition is. And he asks Yin if Yin knows much about the tradition since he has been living on Cloudless Ascent. No, we did. It's green. Oh, what a coinkydink. Anyway, they discuss Yule, and they discuss the traditions of Yule, and they enlighten Henka on the wonders of making pajamas for your loved ones on Yule. Yin also partakes a little bit in this. He's mostly sitting in the corner working in a journal that he has. And they explain to Henko what Yule is, and she gets very upset that she didn't know any of these traditions because she's been missing out on all these years when she could have been receiving pajamas, and it makes her feel left out and sad. So I want these roots to be more interesting. Eventually, they start chatting, and Tamaki tries to express some backstory that isn't really fully elaborated on. She just starts sharing a little bit more about the people that she misses, and that the conversation reminds her of. Until eventually, Henka, who everyone has seen most of her skins, because if we remember, as queen of the Turnskins, Henka in herself is a she's called the All-Skinned, which the party has learned, which grants her the ability to transform into any animals that she wants, which is unusual for a Turnskin. So she goes on a little bit of a fashion show and starts showing off all the different animals that she can turn into that would fit inside Zalus's room. And by the time that is done, the night then comes, and the night falls, and they begin their sneaky sneaks to the manor where they're going to rescue Hana. It is nighttime. The PCs remember that there is a curfew to be had, and so they very carefully sneak out of the Fork, which is the inn that they are staying in, by going out Zalus's window. Everyone has Henka boosts everyone with an incredible sneaky spell that allows them to go basically unseen. So they ghost their way out the window and into basically the side yard. They sneak their way around the backs of the night market. Well, not the night market, but the market that has closed for the night. They manage to slip past unnoticed by all of the guards that are patrolling the streets. And they make it past where the orphans are sleeping, and they make their way into the noble district looking for the largest manor, as they know that the person who has kidnapped Hana is a very wealthy person, and he owned the largest manor in Spirit Keep. And so they locate the said largest manor and begin looking for a way to infiltrate the building. And that is where we left off. I really need this egg to look more like an egg. So it was both a lot of things and not much at all. But that was our first time back into Windswell. Yes, now it is quite round. Quite round indeed. Is everything centered? I don't know if anything's centered. What do you think, Sensei? Did I miss anything? I think I got everything. Yeah. It was mostly just a lot of yapping, that's all. Okay, let's try to start actually figuring out what's going on here. So next time will be all the action? In theory, and next time, I mean, unless they decide to shimmy their way out of the manor and not launch their stealthy attack, then yeah, in theory, it should be sneaking through the manor next time. There we go. So that's what's really going wrong, is that I can't really tell where the neck is. Oh, heck. Now, they are all super hyper boosted with Henka's sneaky spell. So it's going to be an interesting time for sure when they do their sneaky sneaks. As the GM, are you ever tempted to throw a character that can see through the sneaky sneaks just to see what they will do? With the way that they rolled, I mean, so there's different levels to the sneaky sneaks in terms of like exactly how sneaky they can be. Such as the way that I run my campaign. So Sensei, you're gonna get some inner GM thoughts that I haven't even told you yet. I think you're the only player in here at the moment because Yui hasn't returned to the party yet. But so basically the way that I run my campaign is that a nat 1 does not necessarily mean failure, and a nat 20 doesn't necessarily mean auto success. We still don't count you as a player. You are a player. You're just not present at the moment. So it's okay if you know my current spoilers, because you're not sneaking into the manor right now. One day, exactly. You see, when you make your appearance, it's going to be glorious and fabulous, and it's going to be hilarious, because I know you're just going to make it super funny. You are Zelda. You see, at the moment, you're just currently Sheik, but you're going to expose yourself as Zelda one of these days. Oh, that's not the color I meant. Right. So. What brush is this? I don't want that. What brush is this? I don't want that. What brush is this? I don't want that either. Okay, fine. So I had this idea. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the sneakies. So a nat 20 doesn't necessarily mean an auto success. That's what I was trying to get at, is that basically, even if they roll like incredibly high, so with Henka's sneaky magic, they can, it's not impossible for someone to roll, say, like maybe a 30 or a 29 or a 28 or whatever have you. I think somebody rolled a 27. So it's not impossible to reach those crazy high numbers. However, even with a 27, if someone decides to walk into direct sight, like line of sight of somebody, the NPC is gonna see them. So even with super high sneaky sneaks, if one of them walks in like right in front of an NPC, they're not like in Skyrim where they could just put a bucket on their head and be invisible. They will be seen. So it's definitely going to help them in terms of sneaking around, but if someone decides to do something incredibly silly, like say that there's a dog that's watching and sniffing around, their sneaky sneaks might be able to help them sneak past the dog, but the dog can still smell them. So it's situations like that. There are different situations that they'll have to avoid. Okay, this is where I can bring that to intertwine. We're going to ideally try and be smart about this. Yeah, see, I think that's the greatest takeaway, is that they've got to be they've got to be smart about it. So I wouldn't necessarily just put in a character that can see through the sneaky sneaks, otherwise that doesn't make for a very fun experience. It just kind of takes away player agency in a sense of like, the player had this really cool idea to use this spell that they have at their disposal, and then me as the GM decided to just implement a character that can see through whatever it is that they're doing. It doesn't make for a very fun experience. At least in my opinion, it doesn't make for a very fun experience. So instead, I would rather do something like that. So say if I were to do something where I would challenge what they're trying to do, then I would put in a dog in their path, like to say that they would then have to overcome.
This also needs sippies.
Thank you, Gino. It does give GM agency.
Stretchies, please.
Stretchies? Okay. Yeah. That is the problem. What if they stop to pet the dog? Oh, save the canvas?
For the love of IOA, save the canvas.
Thank you, Catalina. I hadn't saved once. Not at all. Also, the passion's gonna take a second, Gino. There it goes. Aussie didn't react. Interesting.
More energy, more footwork, more passion, more
energy. Start with more passion, I will. There's also that. If I put a dog in their path, honestly, Sensei, the odds of y'all stopping to pet the dog are pretty high. Listen, the odds of y'all stopping to pet the dog are pretty high. The odds of Henka stopping to pet the dog and Tamaki, because once Tamaki sees Henka petting the dog, Tamaki will also pet the dog. What exactly is happening here? There's something weird happening here. Y'all would stop to pet the dog. Thus, there will be no dog. So I haven't actually spoiled anything because there's no dog. Gotcha. There can be a cat. There might be a cat. They don't like cats. A big cat? Party doesn't like cats. They have bad experience with cats. They're gonna pass by a creepy cat and regret it. Actually, the funny thing is, only Tamaki interacted with Creepy Cat, because Creepy Cat was in the session, and Tamaki is the only one that interacted with him. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure Tamaki was the only one that interacted with him. Who said that? Who said what? That you don't like cats? What, y'all like cats after... Well... No, we have seen Creepy Cat, and otherwise we didn't have bad interaction with Creepy Cat. Yeah. I still think Tamaki's the only one that pet him, though. We don't know that, Nim. We don't know what. That you don't... Oh, yeah. You don't know that about Ming. You don't know that Ming's a cat. So, okay, maybe they do like cats. For now. For now, they like cats. A certain someone gave Cece some bacon. Did Yui give Creepy Cat bacon? Oh, to be fair, I also don't remember if Tamaki's actually the only one that interacted with him or not. That was so long ago. How do you remember? That was so long ago. Did you get a tarot reading too or no? I don't remember. There was a muffin intended for both? Did you feed Creepy Cat? I don't remember him being fed. I want to use a different brush, but I don't have the brush that I want to use. Yeah, this isn't the one that I want to use. I want to use... Yeah, that's the one I want to use. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. Sensei gave them muffins and I gave them bacon and chatted with Nim. Okay. I do remember that you said goodbye to Nim. I remember that. Okay, I inserted myself into my own campaign. For anyone who's finding this conversation very confusing, I inserted myself into the campaign as an Easter egg NPC. As a cameo. Wait, Nim doesn't like cats? Nim does like cats. Nim has a cat. I have a cat. He's currently a flower, so it's very confusing. Tree is not looking very good. I know this is supposed to just be a sketch, but still. Ruining the trees. Oh no. Real life Nim also loves cats, but I'm allergic. Yeah, I'm allergic to cats now. Well, not all cats. I'm not. That's the interesting thing is that I'm not allergic to all cats. It's just been a really long time since I've been around cats, so my tolerance of them has been destroyed. Okay, I do like the intertwined. I do like that. taking way too long on that tree. Okay. So other things that I kind of want to do. I think I want more stepping stones. Like that. Like that will be enough. Maybe, oh heck. Maybe not even this one. Right, so the other idea, okay, is stepping stone. And what I kind of want to do, I'm going to move into a different color. Is what I want to do is add water. So I'm thinking there might be a little pool of water on top of the Leafhead's head. And something that I was trying to do over, not here, I can get rid of that now. Something I was trying to do over here was, I don't believe this Leafhead, I don't think this Leafhead is, I think it has decided to merge with the earth. This might be a bit sad. But essentially, I think it merged with the earth. And we have water. Yeah, I think so. Actually, we'll come back to that. Okay, so I'm thinking we can have additional leaf heads. After all. Except it's so sad with the water like tears. That was my plan on this one. It's just less evident. And what I actually wanted on this piece is that this and this is water, but there wasn't tears streaking down into the water. Instead, there was just going to be like channels in the Leafhead's face, kind of like this. Like there was going to be channels, but they were going to be empty. Like that. But I think... I don't know, I am conflicted. Because I'm conflicted. Because I like this piece quite a bit. But I like the trees on this one more. The leaf head itself is not very... It's not good yet. But I want to put in the other leaf heads. Because this comes level to here. And then there would be one here. So this is the level, the ground level. Yeah, something like that. Will there be little magic sparks or like fire spirits of the magic leaving him? I don't think this is its actual death. I think it's been gone for a while. This Leafhead is definitely no longer alive, but I think it's been gone for a very long time. So my plan is this. Let's see if I can make it work. Okay, let's try to get some values in instead of focusing so much on finer details. Yeah, it's kind of like a tree trunk now. I think it's mostly just a tree trunk. And it could even be that this Leafhead in particular is so old that the tree itself isn't even bearing fruit anymore. And that could also be possible. Because I don't think I want to draw foliage. I'm going to lose a lot of the branches if I do draw foliage. I can still try. We'll try with foliage and see what it looks like. I still want to get the values in first. And it'll be a lot easier to explain what I'm thinking of doing. Although, see how the egg is glowing? That's what I want to do. I want the egg to glow, but I also want there to be parts of the tree itself that is also growing, which is why I considered not doing foliage on the branches. Something I wanted to do. It'll make sense in a second. Okay, so we have a little bit of values, kind of. It does need more. Because the leaf head is way too... leaf head's too bright. It most certainly needs to be darker. Especially around this area. This area is way too bright. And this also needs to be darker. Okay, now things are just going to get wild as I try to put in all the values. Like, technically, this here needs to be really bright because the egg is going to glow. Which means that this area is going to have really dark shadows. And especially here. And here. And then behind the root here. And then all down here. Especially in this corner. And behind the root. Because the egg will be bright. Which also means that my shadows are actually kind of messed up. And that's why it's important to know your light source ahead of time. Because that would mean that here is where the actual shadow should be. And here. Because this part is raised, it can get light. And same here and here. Which would increase the shadows in here. The nose will come back. Don't worry. Okay, one half is most certainly better than the other, but kind of like that, if that makes sense. Nah. And then what I would like to do is like everything is going to get darker and darker and darker as it reaches the top. But I also want there to be leaves growing out of the crevices, which is why I wanted more crevices in the tree. So, for instance, sort of stuff like that. But big honkin' huge. So it's like a dead trunk situation, so it'll have little sprouts. Yeah. It's going to grow in places that don't necessarily make sense. That's the best part. It don't make sense. And everything won't just be, it won't be green. Like, there will be color. It's not just going to be green. No sense for the spooky foggy bite. Yeah, the fog is also gonna be a thing. Because I haven't even really touched the fog. How do you touch fog? Precisely. The fog mostly touches you. You don't really... I didn't really forget that it needs fog. It's more like I'm avoiding it. Because I don't know how to deal with it. You know what I mean? Wasn't one of the tarot cards with fog? No, it was. It's just, I did that for the Hermit. So the Hermit was one of my very first experiments with drawing a foggy forest. And that, I had quite a lot of fun drawing that one. It's just, the only thing is it was in a very different style from what I'm trying to capture now. So it's very different. I'm still not convinced that this one's really coming out the way that I intended. I do like everything going on with the trees and with the egg on top of the Leafhead's head instead. And I do like... Do you like this? Let's continue working on the stone leaf heads. There it is. However, give you a little bit more hard shadows. Doesn't quite look like a leaf head, but it's fine. Okay. Like that is what I'm thinking. What's going on the sides of the neck? Or is it where the fog is flowing from? Yeah, that's the question. That's indeed. That's the question indeed. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it at all. This is when some editing magic happens. So I can get an idea of what this might actually look like. The nose doesn't look like it's in the right spot. Because this one doesn't have a tree root obstructing it. Could even be brighter. Yeah. So everything is kind of great except for the neck and the other pieces. It's possible to bring it up like this. I do lose all of those really cool branches, but that could be fine. Especially if we want to bring extra focus into the egg. Bigger could work. Bigger is not bad. I do like the idea of it having little cracks here and there. This will never be noticeable in the print. Because it's bigger, I also have to improve on some values. Fun part about the water is that the water, the further it is from the leaf head, the more light it should have. Light and shadow makes no sense. Light and shadow is very confusing. These leaf heads don't actually make sense. It's going to take a lot of cleaning. We'll just do that as an idea of what it would kind of look like. Great, sure. Something kind of like that, I suppose. But it is true that there is no fog. And also the Leafhead's neck is just not good. Because in theory, these places would be the darkest. Up here as well, maybe here. Let's see if we could fix the neck. And grass is easiest to do furthest to closest. These roots right here are just so straight. So like over here has a really nice color. Let's try and get this color in. It does lose a lot to the neck though. Yeah, it's the back. The backing isn't phenomenal. And I think that's what's really making the difference, is that back here is not great. It's starting to lose its form. And it's probably because there's no illusion of what is behind the leaf head. So this is going to be mega jarring, but here we go. It's just starting to not... The leaf head's neck is starting to disappear. Oh, and now everything's just gone. Let's save before that happens again. It's also only half an hour until stream's over, and I just realized that the masking, the preview is not really wide enough. There we go. I didn't realize the preview wasn't fully previewing. It's a bit better. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna cut that leaf off. Cut that leaf off too so I can get the branches back. That was part of the leaf head's body, but that's fine. We're just gonna keep chiseling away at its body. We'll bring back leaves. Okay. So it seems like everything starts to go wrong in this area. There. It is now just a head. And water. So the leaf head's neck Why nothing drawn? Something do be wrong. What be wrong? There we go. Okay, cool. So to fix it, easiest way is do the neck in segments. And also allow it to merge with the land. I think the way that the shape will become apparent. This is why values are important, because the shape will become apparent by adding shadows that follow the contour of what's happening. This leaf is throwing me. We're going to get rid of it. This is where the fun part happens, because there should be more going on behind the leaf head. So something that we can do is add in more trees. But only the trunks. Really thick fog everywhere. I'll have to go back and do the leaves again. That's the next thing, is that despite doing all this, it's very possible that the fog is just gonna hide most of this anyway. It's already somewhat better. Not phenomenal. I think this has to go. That must be what's confusing it. Yeah. Mimi! Hello, Mimi. What's up, Mimi? You're not... What time is it? You ain't late for nothing. Don't worry about it. How's it go? It's okay, Mimi. You arrived at the perfect time because you don't have to see any of the struggle that I went through to get to this point. I wonder if we want another tree on this side too. Maybe the root can come up higher on this one. And then low down here. This one will be really leaning. Do you like the spooky vibes? I couldn't find any good spooky music that wasn't like copyrighted. So we're listening to Expedition 33 instead. By Game Chops. A Meme is never late, nor is she early. She arrives precisely when she means to, and thus she is always exactly on time. This is correct. This is in fact the way. Meme. I'm actually doing quite well. I am heckin' struggling and I'm kind of regretting putting the leaves in so early. I had a really nice shape for the trees in the front here and I've just all but lost it. Otherwise, I'm doing well. How are you doing, Meme? I think this tree is lacking a root in the back. And that could be something that's messing with things. Yeah, see, that already looks a little bit better. I think in that case, this tree might also be lacking a root. You're stressed? You're printing and doing errands? Oh no. Why so stressed? And what can we do to help you relieve that stress? Last con this weekend. Oh my. You're just gonna relax and watch me draw, favorite witch? Oh, you're so sweet. Draw with me, May. May, this is my second attempt on entering the VGen contest. I have yet to actually put in any fog. But hopefully it's going in the right direction. You must win! Well, hopefully they even accept my entry. That's gonna be the first thing. If I can just get them to accept my entry, that in of itself will feel like a win. Definitely think I need to rework the tree in the front. It has absolutely lost its shape because of the leaves. Just get rid of the leaves for a moment. It's like I completely lost the tree shape. Oh no. Like what happened over here? Where's the bump on this one? It's just gone. Yeah, we'll rework the tree eventually. I feel like, what's going on here? That doesn't seem to make much sense. And this doesn't seem to make much sense. But I know that this kind of goes like that. Oh yeah, the tree in the front needs help. It needs help. Although it is looking a little better than it was. I think something that's going to help is by taking off the background. And then I can paint behind, and that's going to help. So it should have worked from the back to the front, and I did not do that. Okay. Fix the trees in the front before moving onto the back. Probably a good idea. And again, I haven't fixed the leaf heads in the very front either. Okay, hang on. Something like that. Kind of, sort of. Okay.
For the love of IOA, save the canvas.
I'm saving the canvas. Thank you, Onette. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look.
No tomatoes!
Could just casually cheat. We're not going to cheat. Okay, the next set... Ooh, cute! The next set would kind of be like this. Very random, very funny. Yeah, something like that. And then to make it even quicker, could just do a bit of that. It would definitely help. It does change the texture just a bit, so maybe not. Maybe that's why it was left? Why? Was I supposed to take off the no tomatoes? I figured it could stay. It 100% can stay. Awesome. Okay, and then we will need another tree. Let's make a... They all need to be leaning off to the side. Wonder if those are too wild. That one's leaning a bit much. It's still leaning a lot. There we go. Staggering it will help. What do you... Yeah, why is it that you only say ma'am to me? Why is that? Except when you say ma'am, it kind of comes out as a ma'am. Oh, hi, Sensei. Yeah, I say it too. No, I probably feel like I might have stolen it from you on air, if I'm being there's something that you say, Sensei, that I've stolen from you as well. I steal things from people often. Such as a house cat says "uwu" a lot, and so I've taken on to that. I've said "uwu." I say "uwu" quite often now. Yare? Not yare. I don't know. There's something that you say quite often, and now I can't really think about it. What it is. Maybe I haven't stolen it then. I steal things from people often. I steal verbal tendencies from people often. I'm a thief. I'm a good thief. No. I feel like I remember you telling me this. Right? There's something. What is it? I don't remember what it is at the moment. Naturally, now that I'm trying to think of it, I can't actually think of it. What am I doing? Oi? No. Like specifically something. Yeah, there is something. I just don't remember what it is. Okay. Only one that comes to mind is Such Is the Way of Things. That's what I'm thinking of too, is like Such Is the Way of Things. But I don't... Heck. I don't remember. What was it? I wonder what it was. Clearly I don't say it anymore. Else we'd remember. Okay, this part doesn't make sense. I have to figure out how this root folds. I know that I say la vie often. That's not stolen from anybody. The tree had such a fun shape, and now it's gone. I did save the tree. Maybe I can find a way to salvage it. Because I did save the... Wait a minute, what's happening? Okay, there we go. I know that I cut the roots off, so I do need to fix that. Specifically this root. That root has been cut off. Okay, that helped bring it back a little. No, it was... it's gonna bother me now. It definitely wasn't that. I know it wasn't yare, because I don't say that ever. Okay, that kind of helped. Kind of. We'll keep it, I guess. You what? Yeah, I got that from Fern. Why is this tree different from the other one? I must have altered it differently. Oh. Oh. Okay. That helps. I know that I stole your meme. I stole your Monster Hunter meme because that one was really funny. Oh, heck. But see, this root is just not good.
For the
Yes,
love of
what?
IOA, save the candies.
Okay, thank you. Oh man. By the way, you're right. It's time. Thank you. Startled me. Hang on. Let me just hang on. Okay. Oh, the root is very irritating. I can't quite get it the way that I want it to be. Although this is technically just a sketch anyway, which is ridiculous because I've put so much time into a sketch. Say lovey. Because I just... Hang on, Sensei. I'm gonna go. Hang on, Sensei. Wait. I'm gonna just take this root real quick. And I'm gonna put it over here. And then I'm gonna take this one. And I'm gonna put it here. And then we're gonna warp it. Nope. We're going to warp it. Like that. And then fix it real quick. There. It's like it was always there. It didn't do anything. It didn't fix it at all. Okay. Ironically, I feel like I like the last one better. Yeah, I don't know. That's what we're left with. I don't know how I feel about it. Spent all that time working on it, and I don't know how I feel about it. I guess that kind of helps a little bit. I don't know. That's where we're at. And those are the two thumbnails that I'm going to have to decide between. I'm almost tempted to kind of attempt to mash them together. I'm thinking about redoing the trees. I can't decide. I don't know. Not sure which one I like most, and I think that's the main issue, is that I don't know which one I like the most. I do need to put the fog in. The fog is an issue that needs to be resolved. That needs to be done, for sure. Oh, I just realized why this looks kind of weird. It's because this needs to be cut off. I was cropping it at the wrong spot. Okay, kind of changes things. They look good. I am not certain. I will bumble about on that conundrum another time, probably. Figure out what I'm going to do with these two pieces, because there's certain aspects of both that I really like. I'm not sure how I want to pursue it. Because it is a painterly style, I am just going to be painting on top. Like, I'm not going to redo it. I'm just going to paint on top of it until it looks nice. And that's going to be the struggle. Because I really don't want to do line work, but I feel like if I did line work, it would make it look neater. And then I could do line sketches on top of the painting and then paint the line sketches afterwards. That is something that I could do. Oh my goodness. I'm looking for someone to raid, by the way. Looking for someone to raid. Let's see who's online right now. Until it looks nice? Yeah, you have to work on it until it looks nice. Let's see. Actually, there's quite a few people on right now. Gino's playing Subnautica. Gino's playing Subnauseous. You're going to overdo it so much you're going to stress and probably hate it, so don't push it, Nim. It's like you know me or something. No, what I'm thinking about doing is doing a sketch on top of the painting. This is the first time that I've ever just gone into a painting without actually doing a sketch. And I know that I'm going to get lost very easily if I just continue trying to make the painting itself work. So instead, I'm gonna probably do a sketchy on top of it, just so that I can make things look a little bit nicer and get an idea of shapes and forms. And also so that I have a better understanding of the contours of the trees, because those two trees are supposed to be very important. They're supposed to be kind of like the focal of everything, and I feel like they don't really come into focus much. And the egg is just, yeah, I have plans on how I want to go about it. Let's see. What are people doing? I'm clicking through and seeing what people are doing. May, should we raid Dawn? I could raid Dawn. We could either raid Dawn or Letty. Letty is the last person that we raided on the previous art stream. She was working on a VTuber and she's finished it, and she's updated her current VTuber with some spooky vibes. And it looks like she's working on a scene animation. And Dawn is drawing an adorable character. I think Dawn is doing a commission. Oh, you're here. May. I was asking, should we raid Dawn? I think we're gonna raid either Dawn or Letty. Who has the less viewers? Letty. I think we're gonna go raid Letty. I'm not confident enough to go raid Dawn. Tempted though. Very tempted. Oh, forget it. Y'all are gonna love Dawn. She has such great we're gonna go raid Dawn. She's got such great energy, and she's an amazing art style. She's also an amazing rigger as well. And she has glorious lore behind her VTuber. I think, yeah, we're gonna go raid Dawn. I think y'all are gonna really love Dawn. And I just gotta find her in my list. All right, y'all. We're gonna start a raid on Dawn. Here we are. We're gonna go say hello to Dawn. Dawn Dragonheart Cafe. She's a lovely VTuber. She has some glorious art. Thank y'all so much for hanging out today, lurkers. Thank you for lurking. On Thursday, Sensei is going to be joining me, I believe, Sensei, and we're going to be playing Phasmo for some spooky vibes. Thank you, Sensei. Have a good day as well. If you would like to post a raid message to Dawn, those are the messages. If you're subbed, you can use the Bouncy CC. If you are followed, then you can use the Glitch Cat version instead. And you can send that to Dawn's channel and let her know that we say hello. I love you, May. Y'all are so great. Thanks for hanging out to me while I test out some new painting styles and while I figure out the Leafhead shenanigans. I have ideas to make it better. I think I have plans. So we're probably going to continue working on this next Tuesday as well. But we're going to take a little break for Phasmo on Thursday to capture some more cozy, spooky vibes. So thanks y'all again for hanging out. We're going to go over to Dawn right this moment. I hope you have fun on her channel and enjoy the art. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!